Yeah, this is something that it's too early to give a definite timeline. I can comfortably say that he'll be out for this game against the Jets, but anything beyond that, um, we're just focused on making sure he's at optimum health and then crossing that bridge. So it's a little early for definitive timelines beyond that.
How is he doing right?
I see those as separate entities. Personally, I can't speak on um, what the league and the specifically the union decided to do with that that particular specialist. I think in terms of the new adjusted rule, if it wins, if moving forward it's safer for one extra player, then I'm all for it. As far as this the Bills game specifically, our process, and really everything involved with how we approach the medical situation. I'm still very confident in how we did that, but for the rest of it and how procedures need to be employed, I think that's not something when you're talking about matters um, of the brain and I'm not going to ever pretend to be a foremost expert on it. I think that if as long as the protocols are derived with the proper spirit, if it helps players and keeps them safe, the Miami Dolphins will be all for it.
Ultimately,
Like I said before, I'm very, very confident. The only reason I'm confident is because of everything that I've been around since I've been here, with regard to our medical staff and how they go and do their business. But the as far as the inquiry that is um, is going on from the league and from the PA, we're I mean we're very happy to comply with all of those things and would much rather be as transparent as possible. So we're happy that all that's taking place because we do not have anything to hide from that standpoint at all.
I wanted to make sure we.
And I'm very much involved in terms of that they're answering and giving me information. I don't think unless I need to adjust my summer schedules, I don't think I should um, uh, be involved in determining concussion symptoms outside of the obvious. Um, but that I'll always uh, I think the biggest thing that I serve, and one thing that we operate within this organization is that they know first and foremost that the players' health and safety is above all else. The coaches know that and how we address things, and the players know that as well. So um, uh, mandating and making sure and being that extra voice of um, reason that says, "Hey, we're not trying to ever push through something with unintended consequences being pushed to the player." I mean, I'll always stay involved in that way, from a enforcer standpoint, from how we do business, but in terms of me um, interjecting into a opinion that we have people schooled in years and years of expertise. I think that would be a little irresponsible if I tried to kick the door in and say my piece as a layman who's not an expert.
I mean, it's an assumed risk. It's obviously something that is prevalent in the game, not just with head injuries, but just injuries all around. And I think that's kind of what we sign up for. Obviously, you never wish that upon anybody, and you surely don't wish it upon yourself. And so we try to do everything we can from a preparation standpoint, from how we take care of our bodies, how we play the game, rules that are in place in the game to try to protect everybody. But ultimately it happens, and so at that point you just pray for a speedy recovery. But I feel like that's what we sign up for, playing this game. It's a violent game. We all know that. We wouldn't play it if we didn't know that. But we're compensated well for it. Ultimately, health is the most important thing in longevity. And so I think that, especially with head injuries, you got to be cautious with that. But at the same time, people do recover from those type of things. So.
Jaelen, do you think players?
Scary for anyone.
Yeah, 100%. I think you saw us being on the field and all surrounding Tua after he was down. I mean, that just kind of goes to show the type of guys that we have on this team. But I think it's important to band together and be able to recover after that, because there's still a game to play at the situation, and we had a whole another half to play. And so that's always tough, but at the end of the day, you're going to have a short-term memory and just focus on the task at hand. And then, after the game, obviously, checking to see if Tua is all right. But I think that we did a good job as a team banding together and sticking together, obviously, when one of our brothers was down.
How has Coach McDaniel helped you guys?
Yeah, we got a great training staff. We got, great coaches, people who care about the players on this team and our health and safety, our personal lives, all that stuff. So, it's this is our home away from home. So we got a lot of people who care, and it's, bigger than just football around here and winning games.
What was your reaction to seeing Foster get moved from the
Yeah.
sidelines?
No, that's obviously, tough to see and tough to deal with, but we all had each other's back. We all had Tua's back, and just wishing him well. And, a lot of guys were praying for him and things like that, obviously. And, he's better now. And, so we're all happy for that, and that he's feeling better, and that he's himself, and he's around here, and he's being himself and Tua and bringing great energy. So that's obviously the most important thing.
Christian did.